Everyone tells new project managers the same 10 things. Communicate clearly, build a great team, manage your stakeholders. Here's what they don't tell you. You don't get to choose your team. Most of your decisions aren't actually yours to make. And the thing that will blow your budget isn't the thing you planned for. 10 things every new PM actually needs to know. Not the version that sounds good in a training manual. The version that's true on your first real project. The advice says build a great team. Here's the reality. You don't build your team, you inherit it. The people assigned to your project already have their skills, their habits, and their availability. And none of that was your call. So the real skill isn't picking talent. It's developing the team you were actually given. Match tasks to strengths you can see today, not the team you wish you had. The advice says create a detailed plan and stick to it. Here's the reality. Your plan is a baseline, not a contract. Something will change. A deadline moves, a requirement shifts. That's not you failing at planning. That's every project, ever. The skill that actually matters is change control. When something shifts, you log it, you assess the impact, and you get it approved before you just absorb it quietly. The advice says document everything in detail. Here's the reality. A 40-tab spreadsheet nobody reads protects nobody. Different people need different altitude. Your sponsor wants 3 lines. Your team wants the task list. Match the level of detail to the person reading it. Over-documenting for the wrong audience burns your credibility just as fast as under-documenting does. The advice says the project manager makes the decisions. Here's the reality. Most decisions on your project aren't yours to make. Budget calls, scope calls, priority calls, those sit with your sponsor or your steering group. Your actual job is different. Get the right decision in front of the right person fast with enough information that they can actually make it. That's the skill, not making the call yourself. The advice says learn the software, Gantt charts, project tools, tracking systems. Here's the reality. Tools are maybe 20% of the job. The other 80% is communication and negotiation. A PM who's brilliant with software but can't hold a hard conversation will struggle. A PM who's average with software but excellent at communication will be fine. The advice says the budget is fixed once it's approved. Here's the reality. Budgets get squeezed, and the cost that blows the budget is almost never the one you planned for. It's the one nobody saw coming. That's exactly what a contingency reserve is for. Not a slush fund and not untouchable money. Use it deliberately for the risk that was always going to show up eventually. The advice says, if it's not written down, it's not real. Here's the reality. Documentation protects you. It cannot rebuild trust that's already breaking down. If a stakeholder is frustrated, an email chain won't fix that. A direct conversation will. Know the difference between what needs a paper trail and what needs a phone call. The advice says fill in your risk register. Here's the reality. A risk register nobody reviews is theater. It exists, it looks thorough, and it changes nothing. The actual skill is turning your top 2 or 3 risks into a real conversation with your sponsor before they happen, not after. A risk you flagged in advance is a non-event. A risk you didn't is a crisis. The advice says keep your team happy. Here's the reality. Being liked and being respected are not the same thing. Sometimes the right call, holding someone accountable, escalating a blocker, saying no to an unrealistic ask makes you unpopular for a week. Respected gets your project delivered. Liked doesn't always. The advice says you need a PM job title to become a PM. Here's the reality. Most first-time PMs come from somewhere else. Coordinator, analyst, operations. What actually gets you hired isn't the title on your last role. It's evidence you've already done PM-shaped work. Scheduling, tracking a budget, running a meeting that led to a decision. If you've done that, you've already started. 10 things, not the training manual version, the version that's actually true on your first real project. The team you're given, not the team you'd pick, the decisions that aren't yours to make, the budget line that blindsides you anyway. I've put templates for the ones that matter most, your risk register, your change log, your status report in a free pack. Grab it at pmgts.uk/free/pm-templates. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next